Starting Up, the only show on Indian television that is wholly and solely dedicated to the startup world. An exclusive chat with the latest entrant in the 1,000 crore rupee valuation club to all the headlines in the startup space. It's all happening here this week. Here's what's coming your way over the next half hour. On the show today, an exclusive interview with Behrud Sheth, the founder of SMS Gupshup, the newest 1 crore baby in the Indian startup ecosystem. On Super Angel's online career guidance platform, Mera Career Guide makes its pitch to Super Angel Vishal Gondal. And finally, we get you up to speed with all the news in the startup ecosystem in an action-packed Starting Up news wheel. Often people refer to them as the Twitter of India, while others call them the country's largest group messaging platform. SMS Gupshup reaches out to 45 million users around the country and processes close to 2 million messages a month. Well, in the recent Series E round of funding, they got a whopping valuation of 1,000 crore rupees. Our very own Sudhir Sial caught up with SMS Gupshup for this exclusive.
Yes, I'm going to start up making all the noise and all the buzz here in the Indian startup ecosystem. All the buzz or all the gupshup. I have with me Behrud Sheth, founder of SMS Gupshup.
Hi,
Thank you very much for coming on the show, Behrud.
Thanks, Sudhir.
Behrud, the 1,000 crore valuation is almost a new normal in the Indian startup ecosystem. What do you make of the developments in the space, and take us through a new round of fundraising?
Yeah, we just raised about $10 million of funding. And, you know, I think we don't get carried much by the valuation. I mean, it's a big number, but, you know, it's just an intermediate milestone.
Sure.
Nobody's gotten rich. Nobody has had an exit.
What do you make of the valuations of startups in India increasing significantly over the last 6 months or so?
You know, so it's sort of hard to generalize. I think each one is a case-by-case basis.
Sure.
But certainly people believe in India. There's enormous growth coming up over the years. I think tech startups and entrepreneurs are coming of age as well.
Right.
So I think in general it's a trend. I think the cautionary note there is, of course, some of them may fail or may not live up to the expectations that they've raised.
Right.
And but that's okay. I mean, that's par for the course.
Absolutely. You all do a bunch of things, but it's primarily around SMS. How would you best describe what SMS Gupshup does?
So it's very simple. We do group messaging. The internet, that we all love and use, I mean, it's used heavily worldwide, but there's only 2 billion worldwide and maybe 80, 90 million users, give or take, in India.
Right.
Mobile, on the other hand, is phenomenal. I mean, there's 900 million users in India, almost 1 billion soon, and 5 billion worldwide. But all these people, the only way they can use their phone, I mean, many of them have low-end handsets, so all they can do is use text or voice.
Sure.
So if you build any service that is an online-based service, you can reach barely like 5-10% of India's audience.
Right.
But if you build a mobile service using text messaging, I think you can reach everyone. And then the question is, okay, we built group messaging. It allows one person to send a message to their 25 friends in the class, or 1,000 followers, or 1 million customers. And that's it. I mean, at its core, it's just group messaging, but it's group messaging for all.
Give us a sense of your numbers. How many folks do you have using this platform every month, every day?
It's 5 million user groups created.
Right.
There's about 50 million users in those communities.
Right.
I think we have about 25,000 businesses, small and medium businesses, and all the top 500 corporate brands.
Okay. So give us a sense of the kind of things SMEs and corporates do, because that's where the money is really coming from.
Different kinds of examples, right? What happens among SMEs?
Sure.
We have, let's say, restaurants or coaching classes or even retail. They send out messages to their shoppers, to their students, parents of students, as the case may be, to notify them of alert. For businesses, there's a whole marketing toolkit.
Right.
We call it CRM, customer relationship management.
But SMS is going to be at the core of it.
Yeah, it's just the foundation.
It's also in your name.
Well, I think we are soon going to get beyond it. We are adding voice messaging. We are adding mobile clients for people who have smartphones.
Right.
We have
Right.
Okay. It's just an access mechanism.
You see your rebranding and removing the SMS from
Oh, absolutely. That's going to be another story, and we'll talk about that when we are ready for it.
Topic of SMS, and that's a topic you're very passionate about, obviously. There's a view in the community that SMS is no longer a sunrise sector, but is nearing its sunset, or at least the sun is staying where it is.
Right.
There's also a view that while the 50 million is a large number, it's not necessarily an audience which advertisers want to reach out to, as opposed to the audience on the iPhone, on the iPad, or on Android even, right?
Right.
How would you react to that criticism?
Let's take one by one, each of them, right?
The sun first.
Yeah, so being sunrise or sunset or whatever it is. So the way to think of Gupshup is not a service that's based on SMS.
Right.
I think that's kind of missing the forest for the trees.
Sure.
Well, that's true.
Right.
Our core asset, is the relationships. It's the graph that we built.
Right.
There's relationships between users, We know what people like, what content they like.
Right.
We know, and the business graph that they build. We have businesses that are paying us money today.
Sure.
They're advertising, marketing. We know what their objectives are when we work with them.
Right.
And today, the only way to do both of these things is through SMS.
The next phase of growth, I think you've pointed us in the right direction. How do we best make it relevant to advertisers? And
That's
the
right.
people who are paying you, basically.
Exactly.
Right? And that's going to come through richer technologies, right?
Right.
So why don't you give us an opening into what's happening in the labs at SMS GovShip?
If you have an iPhone, Android,
Sure.
or other BlackBerry and so on, smart devices,
Right.
of course, you'll get a richer experience.
It gives you experience for accessing the site itself.
Yeah, it's the same service.
Self-service, okay. And the service can also come via SMS or it can come via an update on the application as well.
Exactly.
Okay. This product roadmap strategy, how quickly are you looking at launching?
Oh, I think we're moving very quickly. I think before the end of this year, you'll see a lot of mobile clients.
Okay.
And smarter devices coming in.
Right.
So it enables it. We're also going to expand internationally. There's also a lot of interesting applications.
Right.
These are SMS-based services. Let's take the case of a business,
Right.
for example, right? They have a sales force.
Right.
They have, like, say, 2,000 out in the field.
Right.
Every day they are out selling and so on. And they want to know what was the sales for the day. They want to track their sales. Okay, so we are enabling services which allow them to do sales tracking.
Right.
Now, think of it very simply. The system can send everybody an SMS. The guy replies with the day's sales, it aggregates it and sends it to the business owner.
Right.
Okay. Now, he may have a smart device,
Right.
but that's not the point.
Right.
The point is the system interoperates
And he can
with
send
every
it.
salesperson in the... Now, yeah, he could probably give every salesperson a smartphone, but sometimes the churn is so high, you have 10% of the salespeople churning every month.
Sure.
So you can't manage this stuff.
So
That's all.
2008 to 2011, now you've raised Series E.
That's right.
So you've been spending a lot of time in venture capitalists.
A little bit. I think 3 rounds, I think, in
Yeah.
2008, then 2010, and one just right now.
$47 million have been invested in SMS GovShip totally. That seems like a very large number.
Because we're doing a lot of things,
Okay,
right?
okay,
I mean, it's a large community,
Right,
and you
right.
got to support it. We
Right.
buy a ton of network capacity. We
Right.
invest in.
Right.
We've built a huge team. I would like to think one of the best technical teams in the space, in the mobile space. So, and we continue to work on products that haven't even seen the light of day yet.
Sure.
Last year we started seeing the first signs of revenue. This year we've quadrupled X or 5x of last year's revenues.
Right. And you're
I think
projecting
next
100
year-
crores of revenues by the end of the year.
Yeah, I mean that's what we're working on. So I think it's a fairly ambitious growth target, and we are projecting that we'll even be profitable within the year.
For a Group E round,
Yes.
$10 million seems like a very small number, right? What is the explanation for that?
Well, very simple. We didn't need much.
Okay.
I mean, like I said, we're
Yeah.
getting close to profitability.
Sure.
If you raise money,
Right.
look, there is no fit to raising a ton of money and keeping it in the bank.
Right. Raising it at a good valuation because the market is also good now.
Yeah.
How much of a fear is there with you as being the CEO of a subsequent down round the market does fall down?
You know, I don't think fear is the right word. It's a challenge.
Challenge,
right?
right.
And
Which you're cognizant of.
Very. Because like I told you right in the beginning, we don't see this as a success
Sure.
or an achievement.
Right.
Maybe it's just an intermediate milestone. It's like, you're climbing Everest and you've just reached base camp.
Zooming out, a lot of people don't know that you're also the founder of Elance, right?
That's right, yes.
It's a global internet success story, right? So take us through your individual journey with Elance, because in many ways you're a role model who's running another role model company, but the first company itself is such a massive play.
Elance was founded in late '98.
You were in the US at that point.
Yeah, I was in the... That's right, for grad school at MIT, and
Sure.
then after some time on Wall Street, I started Elance in late '98. And the key is I've always been excited by really large ideas, right? So if you think about these were the early days of the internet, right? In the mid '90s, late '90s, and so on. So there were a lot of content sites, Yahoo and such. There was a lot of commerce sites, Amazon, of course.
Right.
But all that commerce was in the commerce of goods.
Right.
And we realized that there was a big opportunity to enable the commerce of services.
Right.
Like software development, graphic design, writing, translation, things like that. I was there for about 6 or 7 years until I left to start this company. Though I still remain on the board of Elance.
So you scale your startup significantly, right? What are the key lessons you've learned in terms of scaling a startup in India? There's a number of entrepreneurs here watching the show who are
Right.
about 15 employees,
Sure.
20 employees. They want to be 80 employees and grow proportionally in the next 1, 2, 3, 4 years, right?
Right.
What would Beerud's advice to them be?
I'll answer that in sort of 2 or 3 dimensions, right? One is around people, the other is around customers, and then the third would be around fundraising.
Sure.
Okay. When you talk about people, just don't compromise. Hire good people, skilled and talented, but also nice people. Even culture, which sounds like a very soft and fuzzy word, but it's a very important ingredient. Launch quickly, iterate and refine.
Right.
Beyond that, right? So lastly, on fundraising, I mean, I think funding is important. I think sometimes a lot of founders get obsessed around dilution, obsessed around certain different things. For me, in our case, every employee in the company has equity, investors have equity, and I think I'd rather increase the size of the pie than sort of my share of it.
Fantastic, Veeru. It's been a pleasure having you on the show. Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks so much, Sudhir. Bye.
Well, no doubt, SMS Gupshup has managed to build a large group of networked individuals. And who knows, it could well be a target for acquisitions by large global social networks. Let's take a break here on the show, but coming up. Looking for career guidance? The next up on the show, Mera Career Guide believes it has a solution. They make their pitch to super angel Vishal Gondal.